What's up, Pandas? Peter from Panda here. Hey, it's watch time here at the Panda Institute. You know what the relentless pursuit of perfection is? It's BUREI. I also thought it was Lexus back in the 90s, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I ordered this watch on Amazon because the price was right. It looked kind of nice, but this is what came with it. And let me tell you, I think because I was buying a fairly inexpensive watch that just happened to look good, I didn't kind of expect it to come with all this pomp and circumstance. So you do have like this little gift bag. If you want to give this thing as a gift, I mean, I don't know if they all come like this. I assume so. You're going to come with a lot of things. So, pick it up, this BUREI watch here. It also comes with this little envelope, this like antiqued effect envelope. And that envelope includes all of your, stuff, your BUREI authenticity card, the instructions. This is going to be a Quartz watch, and I thought I'd show it to you here. And then it comes in this box, which isn't bad. It's not super awesome or anything, but it's a pretty nice watch. So, just in presentation on a pretty inexpensive watch, I'm pretty impressed with. Now, let me show you this because I was actually fairly impressed with it. Or at least the specs. It comes on this pillow, it comes all wrapped up like this. This is my first look at it. First of all, some specs. It's not big, but it's not small. It's 42 millimeters across, and I think about 9.5 millimeters thick. So, kind of right in that what I think is a sweet spot for watches. Not too big, not too small, really a Goldilocks, good size, fit a lot of occasions. And I thought it'll just look good. And first of all, I think it also has lume. So I think there is lume on the numbers and presumably on the hands, but we'll check that out. I certainly like when there is lume. A lot of watches don't have it, but man, it helps. Even, a little low light condition. You can see, for me, I use it when I'm like, why hasn't the movie started? The movie should have started by now. These previews are running super long. But in terms of, how does the watch look? Buckle here, which kind of, actually looks pretty nice, right? So you've got BUREI right there. And this is actually fairly substantial. I mean, across the board, in terms of the hardware, it's not that thin sheet metal that's kind of bent over. That's actually a fairly nice buckle. Feels pretty good. You have a fairly nice looking watch band here. While it says genuine leather, I mean, I can't give you a chemical test on it, but looks pretty nice. It's definitely brown. It's kind of like a milk chocolate brown. A little bit of kind of wear right there where it's been wrapped up. And then color match stitching. Now, it is thick and it's a little stiff. Obviously, it's curved like this. So as I put it on here, as I put on my BUREI, I always think of Buran, the Russian space shuttle, the design they ripped off from the American space shuttles. So, even though it's thick, and I think maybe because it's been wrapped around the pillow in the box, there's a little bit of shape to it, so it doesn't feel like uncomfortable and uncomfortably stiff, which a lot of actually fairly expensive and higher end watches can feel like. I haven't cinched this down really tightly, but as you wear it, you're going to kind of break that in a little bit. But first of all, 42 millimeters on my pretty big wrist here, I think looks great. You know what? I'm pretty impressed with this. I mean, it has kind of like an eggshell white dial. It's not bright white. It's not like a perfect blanco. It's kind of eggshell, and I like it. It's very bright. It's very readable, especially in a 42 millimeter. It makes it almost look bigger than that. To me, if I were to put this on, I'd be like, oh, that's a 44 millimeter watch, because the white really makes it pop. But it just has just a little bit of kind of that off-white color to give it just a little bit more personality, where it doesn't look like a piece of paper, right? I mean, that's nice looking. It kind of reminds me of some of the Ball engineer watches, in terms of size, shape, and even the look a little bit. You can see here that this top bezel is brushed. It's like, spun and brushed, so you don't get like a high polish on this edge, which is nice. I like that. I kind of hate really high polish on the bezels, framing out the crystals sometimes just because they tend to reflect a lot. But down here, the case itself, which appears to be stainless steel, is all polished, and that's kind of nice. I really like, the contrast there. It kind of makes this readable without trying to look too flashy. But then you've got a little bit of polish and a little bit of bling and bright work there. The crown is interesting even too, in that, no, oh, there we go. There's a little piece of blue plastic on it. In that the shape is actually fairly ornate and fairly decently large. Coin and knurling on the coin edge, I should say, and knurling on the crown itself. There's no logo or anything like that, but there's a little bit of a dimple. Trying to focus in on that. So, it's comfortable to push. It's pulled out right now, but if I push it in, boom, we've got a running watch. Ticking seconds hand. Quartz movement. I can't tell you that much about the movement. You've got the sword style hands here, and like I said, I think loom on those numbers, so they kind of pop a little bit from the dial, right? And they're outlined in black essentially, so they're very, very readable. And I like how they are. I like this style of watch, kind of more of a vintage style, big blocky Arabic numerals. You've got military numerals in black, flanking or underneath all of the main hour numbers. BUREI obviously in black. The color is really the only color printed on the dial is black. Quartz, water resistant. You do have a date window there. It says 15th. Let's see if I can pull it out to one stop here. Changes the time. No other stops. So it looks like you'd have to roll over the date. Obviously, it's hacking seconds hand. So that's pretty nice, man. I dig it. I dig this thing. Like I said, in terms of all the packaging that came with it, I was pretty impressed with that. I mean, so they did a pretty nice job. They made a pretty good first impression on me. Let's say that. Especially for a watch that isn't that expensive. So if you want something with a little style, I think this one looks pretty good. BUREI, the relentless pursuit of perfection. I guess Lexus gave up their trademark on that tagline, but this is pretty good. A nice little casual watch. Looks a little formal enough for business wear, and isn't ostentatious enough to say that you can't wear it to a barbecue. But that being said, I got this to check it out because I liked it, but I want to hook you guys up. So let's do this. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, please. I've got more stuff to give away, but I want to put watches on all of y'all. All y'all, I want wicked cool watches on your wrist. Fortunately, it's going to have to only be wrists in Canada and the USA because that's where I can afford to ship it to, so you're going to be limited to there. So, but like and subscribe anyway, and comment below. The comment is what's going to get you entered. Not the comment, but the unique commenter. So comment all you want, but it's only going to get you one potential entry into the giveaway. And then on May 13th, Saturday, in 2017, I will pick one random commenter to receive this watch and just verify in your comment that you live in the USA or Canada. And if you do, then I'll reach out to you and get this out to you so that you can start experience the luxury and the perfection of the BUREI watch. And stay tuned for a lot more. And if you are one of my Patreon subscribers and supporters, I really appreciate that. We've got awesome giveaways exclusively for you guys, so check that out too. Peter von Panda, out.